Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. All right, I think we're live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to our weekly broadcast. I am Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're gonna go over the market. Going to go over a lot of actually swing ideas setting up for the week, and then we'll. What else are we going to go over? That's it. The market, some swing ideas. Before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over the market. Let's go over those swing ideas that I told you about. So the market, last week, I said we need to break under this bar's low before we are lower. We broke under it and then we dropped pretty hard. So we had that rollover on the hourly chart, if you will. So there it is. We broke under and then we dropped pretty hard. And now, as you can see, we bounced pretty hard. But guess what? We didn't really, that's the support, the top of the base. And we bounced a little bit off of it for one day and then failed on it. So I think there's definitely a crack in the market, meaning the bullish, the all-out bullish bias is over. Now, do I know whether we're going to be really bearish going forward or no? I don't actually think so. I think it's not going to be that bearish, but the next stop will be that bar's low over here. And if we get there, we'll see how we react. And if we don't react, we don't move back up strongly, then maybe we come in some more. But for now, we want to see this big bottoming tail fail to follow through. We want to see it basically not produce follow through. Follow through means, here's what it means: another green bar. That's it. If we get another green bar, then what I just told you about the market being that there's that the market is no longer bullish would be very, very questionable. So we can't have another big green bar, especially that closes above the 20 on the daily. Otherwise, again, that means the bulls are still in control. If this bottoming tail can get negated, I'm not saying it's going to get negated tomorrow, but if it gets negated, then I think we should be lower to at least here. But we'll see what we get tomorrow. Okay? That's a SPY. Target for it would be here for now. If this bottoming tail were to get negated, and the IWM broke down and then got bought. So it broke the prior low, but not on a closing basis. So we need to close actually under that green bar for the IWM to be lower. Again, we'll find out more as we go, day by day. Because it's not a pretty picture. It's not like we have a void below. There's all of this to deal with. And then there's more support below. But we'll see. I don't want to jump ahead. In terms of the swing ideas, here's what I got. Mostly longs, but I do have some decent shorts too. So the ASST long right here. Stop right here. That's the tightest stop. I would much rather put the stop right here. But then I wouldn't have enough reward to risk. The 250. Okay, wouldn't have enough reward to risk. So the tightest stop would be under 130, and the entry I think is over 162, and target about 250. The DUOL, I don't like the hourly chart, but boy, this looks higher. This looks like it bottomed on that gap down. Okay, a lot of stocks bottom after a big gap down. That's just the way they bottom. You can see. What is it? A block, or used to be square, right? Gap down, boom. A lot of times. So I think this is probably going to be the bottom, but it's going to be hard for me to play it tomorrow with the declining 20 on the hourly chart just above. FI and FMC, same kind of play. Bearish gap down, sold off, but maybe for a flip higher. The FMC already triggered on Friday. Didn't get it. Those are a couple of flip watches. GDYN is trying to transition on the daily chart. It actually looks pretty, and there's a definite entry on it over here. a well-defined entry over like $9. Stop under 850. Target about 1050, I think. So over here, that's about 1050. On the GDYN, looks good. Grid Dynamics, I guess, is the name of the company. HCC looks beautiful. It's a 1, 2, 3 on the daily and an hourly base breakout. So over the base, stop right here, okay? IDYA, not as beautiful, but has a decent looking bicep. It's just a little bit deep. Over 30.50, stop under 28.84. Camper, similar to the GDY, is it the GDY? No, similar to the, which one did I say bottom? Similar to the DUOL. I think the Camper is, I mean, that's even more climactic. I actually played it on Thursday. That was my best play on Thursday as a long off the lows. So here's the entry and the stop. Entry, which is 37.50. Stop, I would say right here. You can also use yesterday's low, Friday's low as a stop. Entry above the high if you want to go with a really tight stop. And target maybe the gap fill, the bottom of that red bar. LAC is a deep pullback, nice weekly. So I think this rebounds for a couple days. It's not bullish anymore. I'm not saying it's going to go all the way back up here, but could it rebound to about $6? I think so. I think so. On the LAC, LQDA is a daily buy setup. It's not perfect yet, but this stock is strong. So this is similar to the IDYA. Daily buy setup, but not super strong. Just, I mean, the LQDA is much stronger, but it's not quite perfect. MLTX has been basing, like it over the base. A couple of stops. One would be under Friday's low, 980. One would be under over here, which is 880 or 879, basically. I'd go with the wider stop. This had a huge gap down, so it has an infinite amount of room almost. SEDG, it got a little bit sloppy after that big green bar. I would have preferred if it had stayed in the top third, but I still like it as a long-term play. If you want it to hold long-term, I would use maybe 30 as the stop. Entry would be over the daily highs. Look at the monthly on this. This looks pretty good on the SEDG, assuming it takes out $42. Okay, 41.92, call it 42. Here's the weekly. It looks even better. So it looks pretty good. And then the W is on fire. That's the weekly. Here's the monthly, and has room to 250. What about the zoom, by the way? Okay, it's not going. All right, but anyways, the W is very, very bullish. Let's see if we can get a narrow range bar for 1, 2, 3, and then higher over this bar's high. But as of right now, I don't think it has an entry, so we'll let it go for now, okay? The shorts, I have more items on the bearish list in the video description, but these are the ones that I like the most for tomorrow. Mostly the same. ASPN, gap down, and then a 1, 2, 3. So short, stop, okay? CCOI, better because it's based on the hourly chart, but it triggered already on Friday. Short, stop, okay? RPD, maybe even better because it has 2 narrow range bars on the daily chart. So short, stop, okay? And then the TFX, it looks the prettiest by far. Short, stop. They all look alike. Gap down, 1, 2, 3. We're in the middle of earnings season right now, and the shorts have been, I mean, the earnings plays short have done really, really well. The longs, not so good, but the focus has been on the shorts, which have done really well. So I hope you're taking advantage. This is, this is the time to take advantage. And I hope you're doing well personally and in your trading as well. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.